No, you got plenty of time, so plenty of time to take. And
10 weeks, loads of time, everything. And we're barely scratching the surface of like output right now and input. So
actually, you got 6 weeks left because you got to show up good at the Mr. Olympia.
Well, yeah, that's what we're really prepping for. No one cares about pro cards.
No.
You just got to look good at the Dragon
Expo, yeah. Muscle Nomads, we are back. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
And now we're twice the size.
No, you're bulking, I'm dieting, so we're about the same size now, which is cool. Looks good on camera. Contrast of colors. This is the split screen contrast color setting.
Yeah. You got to hear the white balance is very high, and then this one, the red balance is very high.
This is what happens when you go outside and what happens when you don't.
I don't. I got to research.
Fucking vampire.
How have you been, man?
I'm very good.
You're looking fucking jacked.
Very good. How are you?
Good. I'm finally jacked also.
This is the smallest I've been in a long time, but
it's the biggest I've been in a long time.
The illusion of being a little leaner, which is always nice.
So let's go over the stats then. What's the body weight? What's the body fat percentage?
So I'm floating in the 116s right now, 116 kilogram, which for you Americans is in the mid 250s.
Yeah.
Something like that, 255, I think, something like that.
Yeah, almost 253. Yeah.
Body fat percentages from, I would say, definitely in single digits now. I would guess around 8, 7 or 8. If we, probably from the front, more like 5. From the back, more like 8. So stubborn body fat areas, if you take into account the total body fat for the whole, I would say I'm probably around 8. So
I agree.
Now it's that last, like, get that last 4 or 5% off is the dig, which is...
No, you got plenty of time, so plenty of time to take. And
10 weeks, loads of time, everything. And we're barely scratching the surface of like output right now and input. So
actually, you got 6 weeks left because you got to show up good at the Mr. Olympia.
Well, yeah, that's what we're really prepping for. No one cares about pro cards.
No.
You just got to look good at the Dragon
Expo,
yeah, that's it pretty much. So, it's all going really good. 10 weeks out, feeling great. It's easy, to be honest. I had, I think the preparation for prep is the key.
Yeah.
Having that sort of 6-week diet before prep and then a 4-week cruise, clean up, good health, nice, good, healthy foundations to start a prep from cruise dose slowly coming back in. It just set everything up so well that, I'm 10 weeks out and I'm almost there, looking pretty damn good. Best I've ever looked, leanest I've ever been, and on the least amount of everything that I've ever been.
That's what nobody wants to hear.
That's what no one wants to hear.
That's what nobody wants to hear. We'll get into that too. So at 8%, 116 kilos. So that means you'll be probably 110 by the time you start peaking. And then depending on how you peak, you might be 108 to 112, give or take.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be happy with a good 245, 250 inside out shredded on stage.
That's very
big.
And
my height, which is 5'11", just under 6 foot, I'll be very happy with that.
Yeah.
I think that will be finally a pro card worthy physique.
Yeah.
I think so.
And then how many shows you got lined up?
There's potentially 4, but obviously just going to knock it out the park on the first one is the plan.
Right. Cool.
Easy as that.
Easy as that, right? Yeah.
Just show up, win, get stuck into the off season, get massive, put on another 10, 15 pounds, and then when it looks good enough to be on a pro stage, I'll get on a pro stage.
They're going to do a show right away?
No, I don't think. I think realistically, it's a nice thought. Win your pro card, jump straight into a pro show. Now, if I win that pro card and I'll ask you, I'll basically come to you and I'll be like, what do you reckon? Is this a first call out pro show at certain pro shows, maybe some tier 2 pro shows? If the answer isn't 100%, oh yeah, that's a first call out physique. If that is not the answer from opinions of people who I respect, then it will be, nope, shut it down, get into the off season. Now, if you look at the numbers, there's guys on pro shows, over the last 5 or 6 pro shows, good pros that are coming up into the scene, to talk about Nathan Epler, what's his name, Jonathan...
I only know the big names now.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Not the upcoming, I don't really keep track, to be honest.
Yeah, there's everyone that's kind of been in that sort of 3rd to 8th sort of range and shifting around in there. There's a good group of really good solid athletes.
Right.
A lot of them stats-wise, size-wise, weight-wise for height, it looks good on paper. But
yeah, then on stage, it's not the
stage,
top three breaking.
Right,
physique,
you lose that. I want to just make sure I do have that size and that I can genuinely be competitive, a nice filled out, complete physique that I can really be confident in. And you never know. In 10 weeks' time, you never know what things are going to look
True,
like. Right? It's going to look a lot different than now, that's for sure. And right now, I'm happy. So we'll see.
I think the best thing you can do is take a lot of pictures with pros at the Mr. Olympia, see how you size up.
Yeah.
Width-wise, thickness-wise, ask for a couple shots. And then see, with a little bit more refinement getting into these pro qualifiers, that if it's a feasible thing to do, And if there's something close, like if there's a Japan pro or Korea pro or whatever with an open class, like most of these Asian shows have 212, and well, good luck squeezing into that. We can cut off 2 legs. The wheelchair division for 212.
Be like Gandalf and the Hobbits.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you should take a lot of pictures at the Mr. Olympia and at the Expo and then at the gyms, and then especially at the gyms where you get a pump.
That's going to be the biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
The biggest takeaway, I think, from this Olympia trip is going to be to actually finally stand side by side with the people who I want to be competing against over the next few years.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that opportunity here.
No.
It's you.
Well, and me and Pup, and that's about it.
That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Apart from that, it's like...
Well, and Tong, he trains at BPC. He just did a pro show. He was like 16th.
That guy.
Yeah.
I've never met the guy.
Yeah,
but
he's pretty big, but he doesn't have the competitive physique.
He's been at it for a long time as well, right?
For a long time.
He's not a spring chicken.
No, he's been doing this for a very long time, but it's just some guys just max out.
Yeah.
Whereas
just because they love it as well, right?
Yeah.
It's just cool. But hey, for me, to stand next to some of those guys and get a legitimate this is what's got to come up to be standing next to these guys, because I will be at that stage 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
So it will be the perfect time to stand next to guys that are 3 days out.
100%.
It's the perfect opportunity to really get a good gauge of where I'm at.
Stand next to the guys who are mad off season, so you get humbled fast. Yeah, but I got shredded forearms, bro.
That's what I usually do. That's my trick in my off season. Stand next to the guys on prep and just look massive. But it's...
I only take pictures with Steve when he's off cycle.
Yeah.
Remember when it was like 92 kilos?
Yeah.
I was tiny next to you. It's hilarious.
Bad times. I almost deleted you from my phone.
Oh, God.
But hey, you're back now, so it's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the plan. I think that's going to be one of the best takeaways from the Olympia, standing next to those guys, and that's going to give me everything I need to know. Like, okay, let's go back to the war room for another good year, and pack on that extra little bit of tissue that's needed. I think I'm only one good long. I took a whole year off. It worked really well. I leveled up a lot. One more good off season like that, and I think I'm right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
Part of the process.
Cool. So I was 110 kilos yesterday over the weekend, but I've been eating a lot. I had some digestive issues last week, so I needed to address that.
Bodybuilding, man up.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
keep eating.
The weird thing is I had digestive issues, but I felt like my appetite was going through the roof, probably because I was not digesting half of it. And I fixed it now. I think it was a glutamine deficiency. It didn't add that in up until, today, basically. So I got that under control, but I ate a little bit more, and then my metabolism picked up, so I got it increasingly hungry, and then my workouts were really good. And then now I'm 110.
Keep feeding it, man.
Yeah, I guess
keep that glutamine in.
My face is huge though, so I gotta dial it back in. So
but you're not getting fat huge. You're just filling out.
No, I'm just filling out. Like, normally I'm kind of flat, because of the ketogenic diet and always restricting calories. But as soon as I start eating, I just start filling out and growing. And I'm sure this week will be a legendary week in the gym.
Carbs, wonderful carbs.
Yeah,
we'll just get jacked. We just need to show up. The muscle nomads are showing up in Vegas. We're coming in large and in charge.
It's been a while since I've been, pretty big. So let's see. I'll probably drop down to 105 and then try to maintain it there. But next week starts my new cycle, and then, time to dial in the good old Steve again.
Olympia prep.
Yeah,
we got to look good in that booth, mate.
For sure, yes.
Sat with some big boys.
Yeah, so the booth have been decided. Chase Irons and Friends will be booth 201. So as soon as you come into the expo, right on the left, right
First
before the
booth.
bath. Yeah, first booth on the left. Basically, so you'll have the big Mr. Olympia booth in the middle where you can buy the Mr. Olympia clothing. And then as soon as you walk to the left, we'll be there in booth 101 or 201 with Paul Burnett, Chase Aarons, myself, Aaron, Kurt Havens, Ryan Root, and Joel Hansen is also coming.
Oh, cool.
So if we do some competitive eating and we blow even up more, then yes, stay tuned for that. I'm not sure if we'll do that at the booth itself, but if Joel is going to hang out, he was in Thailand for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's going to be at the booth as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You'll be you'll be the one with the biggest appetite, for sure. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll be there most of the day. I've got the Olympia University or Anabolic University that I need to attend for about 2 hours. It's a little seminar. They'll be at the expo as well, but in a separate room. So I'll be with Ali Gilbert, Dave Lee, Dylan Jameli, and I think 2 other people who I can't remember the name of. So I might be away for about 2 hours on Saturday. I think Saturday. But the rest of the time, we'll just hang out at the booth.
Cool.
Yeah, come meet us there. It's going to be fun.
The legends of the
YouTube game. Yeah.
Anabolic YouTube game, yeah. Dylan Jameli, I remember his videos from way back.
I'm not sure if Dylan Jameli falls into the legendary YouTube thing, but Paul Burnett, Chase Aarons.
He's been around for a while, hasn't he? I mean, if you get cancelled and shut down, you've got to have some sort of status.
He'll be at my panel, but I'm not sure if he'll be at the booth.
I know you won't be at the booth, no, but I'm sure you'll have some good conversations.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I remember him floating around on YouTube.
I'll be hanging out with Dave Lee and Ali Gilbert. I know those two. They're fun.
Cool.
They're fun. So that's basically the Mr. Olympia plan. We'll arrive on a Monday. We got a lot of gyms to visit and the machines to max out. Actually, you're deloading that week, right?
Yeah, but
we're still going to max out all the machines.
Olympia vibes. So,
yeah.
We got to look cool in the gym. So I might do a little bit of fake failure face. make it look like I'm hardcore in case anyone important's watching.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, it'll be a deload. But I will. The training approach that week will just be go and enjoy the gyms. Enjoy the gyms. Get a good pump. Don't bury yourself. Get a good pump. Don't try and keep up with. Well, I don't think anyone's going to be going crazy hard. It's like they'll all be 2 days out from the O. So.
I'm not out for the O, so I'm going to train hard. I'm not sure about you, but I'm still going to train hard, especially Torture Gym with all that new tech equipment. Oh man!
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying a lot of this stuff. It's going to be good fun. So we'll have to vlog it. Maybe we should hire someone to just do a lot of filming for us.
I'm sure somebody will pop up in my inbox right after saying that.
If there's anyone.
Well, can ask Jared. I'm sure he knows some.
Yeah, he might know some good little videographers that can follow us around for a couple of days.
Yeah,
because there's going to be some good opportunities for good content.
Yeah,
and I can't wait. It's going to be so good. We're going to be shopping, eating.
You can finally buy some clothes off the rack.
First time, my first opportunity to buy clothes off the rack. I can't freaking wait.
In over a decade.
2018 was the last time I was in Vegas where I actually got to do some serious shopping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Since then, for the last friggin' 5-6 years, it's just been every now and then you spot a big enough size in Under Armour store, and that's as far as shopping goes.
I bought you some clothes last year, right?
And the ones that you bring back. Yeah. And,
I tried to shop for you in Dubai when I went to Obino's gym.
Yeah.
And I looked at the clothes and like, even Aaron, it's too small for Aaron.
Yeah, some of them are a bit hit and miss.
Yeah.
It's a funny one.
I only bought 2 shirts off the rack there. Shopping is terrible in Dubai. Honestly, I don't need to go back there. It's less fun than I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, less fun than I remember. But maybe it's because it was so hot, so I didn't really do anything outside. The restaurants were great, though.
Battered by the desert heat.
Never again, man. In winter, I'll come. December, January, but it's too brutally hot. Yeah, it was fun, though. Fun for 5 days. It was good to meet Dr. Dean St. Mark. We had a workout.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, nice
we like
people.
Dean.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Dean is a friend of the channel.
Yeah, he's a good dude. So I actually watched one of the episode 2 of your little round table.
Yeah, we got another one next week. Episode 4 already.
Is it? I have to catch up. I'm in prep, so my time on YouTube is limited. I watch like half a workout video every now and then before training while I'm eating.
Uh-huh. And should watch the podcast where you do cardio.
Sometimes I do, but you get to that point in prep where it's just like music doesn't do it for you. Podcasts, like you can't focus enough to listen to it. So the only thing I've been listening to recently, which is sometimes some of the Blood, Sweat and Gear.
Yeah.
I like those episodes because they go through various topics. So it's not dialed into one topic.
To watch the
It's
insulin
not too-
discussion, that was a great one.
Yeah, it's really
That was
good.
great.
And nothing too intricate where I'm like really having to like remember shit. I can just kind of listen and go with the flow of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Your stuff that you and Dean talk about, some of it's pretty advanced stuff.
You need a notepad.
And I need to sit down and I need to write some words down that
You
I
need
don't
to take
know
some
what they
fucking
mean.
Adderall and modafinil
Right.
for that one.
And
Yeah.
I need to pause it and do a little Google search every now and then.
Yeah.
Because some of it is pretty advanced stuff.
Mm.
Same as some of the Scott Stevenson stuff. It's some of it they get really in depth, and I like it. But there's a time and a place for that. When I'm sat down at my desk and I'm wired in and I'm good,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll listen to that. When I'm just in prep mode, day-to-day routines, I like just numbness. Either music. I'm on a Limp Bizkit binge right now.
There you go.
Fucking right. And
We're
like
making
conspiracy podcasts.
Did they release a new CD recently?
Probably. I don't know. I'm a bit out of touch, but I listen to the good old stuff from my day.
All right. Break
And
stuff.
of course, and the conspiracy social club, I really like that one with Sam Tripoli. It's just hilarious conspiracy chat.
Okay.
Like comedians talking about conspiracies. It's great.
Okay.
Easy listening, and that's it.
UFOs and governmental cover-ups and that kind of.
All that good stuff.
Okay.
All the
I
cool,
might have
juicy
to
fun
tune in,
topics. It's fun.
Sounds like perfect cardio time.
Yeah, it's
But
just.
nobody wants to know about your cardio. What's the cycle?
Yes, massive, everything, just all in everything.
We're 20 minutes in. We didn't talk drugs yet. So what's the cycle, Aaron?
Yeah, it's low. It's nothing exciting. So
Fuck you, dude.
it's really nothing exciting. My cruise, my pre-prep cruise
Mm-hmm.
was 750.
That's not really a cruise. That's
Well, it's not
Cruise-
TRT cruise,
no.
but it's cruise enough for me to maintain and allow
Mm-hmm.
Marcus to come back into range.
all right.
Because I'd never really pushed it before that anyway.
It's like a pre-cycle cycle.
Yeah, it's just,
But it's just
something
tests,
to keep
right?
you ticking, so there's not a
Yeah,
massive
okay.
dip and a massive spike in the crossover. It's just so it's an easy bridge.
So your
And then
cruise
I
is
went-
like what 3 other people take in a week.
Yeah, but I am also
But
the
you're
size
big,
of
yeah,
three
big guy.
people.
Yeah, I know. Okay. When you say cruise, I'm like, I was expecting 200, 250 tests, 300 pushing it. Yeah, 750. I'm like, okay.
We should read. All right, maybe I shouldn't use the word cruise. I should use the word bridge.
Yes, okay, bridge.
Just call it the
750
bridge. It's not
okay.
a cruise. My cruise would be 300 megs of test.
Yeah, okay.
So this is a bridge.
Cool.
And then we bumped it up to a gram.
Gram a test.
Yeah, right. If it was
So what
I was
break
vigorous,
it down then. Break it down.
it was 400 megs of test, 300 megs of 350 megs of mast and 150 megs of primo. That's just been bumped up to 1200 total, 500, 500, 200 test mass primo in that order. 10 IUs of growth is in.
Okay.
I'm splitting that at the moment. 2 upon waking pre-cardio, 3 pre-workout, 5 pre-bed. I've got 40 micrograms of clem. And that's it.
Boring.
Boring. Cardio, 20 minutes. Just bumped it up to 25. And that's it. It's enough. It's working. So we're really not pulling any
But then-
triggers that don't need to be pulled until there's a reason to pull them.
Yeah, you're 10 weeks out, so you don't need to throw in the Tren yet. You don't need to throw in the Anivor yet, the Winstrol yet. I mean, later on.
And this is going to probably piss people off, but this is going to be a trend-free prep.
Lame.
Trend-free.
So lame.
Now, I think with the cocktail right now looking how it's looking, and with the growth hormone in play, I think the only thing that will be added to this is probably a bit of Anavar, and that might even be it. I've got some Winstrol on standby, but honestly, with the time and the where we're looking right now, I don't think there's going to be a need.
No, I mean,
to,
Paul just won his pro card with 1 week of Tren under his belt, and he couldn't take it, so he took it out, and
Yeah.
he won his pro card.
yeah, he
he was
mega
like-
dosed the Winnie in peak week, but that's like
he was on
know,
3 grams of gear at the end.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's not a bad thing to do. A little mega dose in peak week if it gives you the cosmetic look you want. But I think
He was hard as fuck.
I think we're going to be able to establish the look that we want a good 3 or 4 weeks out, the week before going to the Olympia, and then
Yeah.
we'll do a quick practice peak, deload at the Olympia, come back, reload, and nail it. So I don't think there's going to be any drastic need to put anything extra in. So we'll probably finish this prep at a very unexciting, probably 1,500 milligrams total input.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think at the previous peaks you've done, you were
I've pushed it up to
2 grams, 3 grams. Yeah,
I've usually around 2 by the time that you get to show week, and I've pushed it up to 3 just to see what happens. But yeah, I think more so when you're actually prepared properly for prep, and I have more muscle now and more growth.
I think that's the difference. I think that I told you 7 years ago. Said as soon as you can afford 10 IUs of growth hormone,
and you've got 20 pounds more muscle.
Yeah, you get 20 pounds more muscle, and of course more time in the gym. Then the magic is going to happen. And well, now we got some affordable GH.
Yeah.
So now it's affordable to do 10 IUs of growth per day.
It's definitely allowing me to run. I don't know whether it's allowing me to run less gear or it's just making everything a lot more efficient as far as the whole everything we're looking to achieve in prep.
Both.
Like maintaining muscle, fullness, recovery, sleep, fat loss. It's a good number to get all of that stuff done without me having to throw the kitchen sink at myself.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. And it works very well. And so I'm feeling really good. Feel very don't feel inflamed or toxic or overdoing anything. Feel very clean, and the fat is falling off, and I look better and better week by week. So yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You're looking pretty full. I thought you were on Anadrol in one of those latest videos. I'm like,
Dude,
you see on Anadrol now? That's why I asked you off camera.
That's like 60 grams of carbs, and I took some of those videos after the workout. Like, holy shit, I look fucking. Like, I was flat as a pancake in the morning, and I look at those post-workout, and I'm still getting good pumps. So electrolytes are high.
Yeah.
I'm pounding a lot of sodium, potassium. Water is very high. It's very humid here. So hydration is key, getting that locked in. That really helps with the pumps. I'm smashing a good 8-9 litres a day minimum. And a couple scoops of nitric.
Yeah.
Always helps. Yeah. And what else? I have my cordyceps, stuff like that.
I still need to try those.
5 megs of Cialis.
Yeah,
Your cordyceps are on the way.
Okay, perfect.
Little bit of Cialis also goes a long way of not getting a juicy pump. But without the food.
That increases androgen receptors so much, dude. You're cheating.
Oh, wow.
That's the difference, not the GH.
If you can't beat them, join them.
5 milligrams of Cialis. That's the
juicy pumps.
Pre-moderate. Any injectable pre-workouts from Anabolic Anonymous?
I run out, so I've got none in at the moment. I had my last shot of Stampede a couple of weeks ago, a week or so ago. I think it was my last little bit I had left at the back of the cupboard. So that's out now. That'll probably, I don't know if I'll be able to get any more in time.
We can get some at the Mr. Olympia, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll be
chest pumps for days.
For sure. That's definitely going.
A Stampede before the Expo and the Delts.
Dude. Yeah, and stringers. Stampede and stringers just walking around like freaking mutants. But yeah, it's all been really good. It's pretty simple, basic input that I would usually have most of the year round.
Yeah.
But I don't know, things are just clicking and it's feeling good, and I look pretty good, and the flatness will continue to get flatter, of course, as the fat comes off. It's going to get into deep dark territories, but
you can always add in the orals. Like the Anavar hasn't been leveraged yet, and if you're not going to put in the Tren, and you can always bump up dosages depending on flatness. And if you're running 1,200 milligrams now, you have a lot of leeway to play with.
Yep.
And you might end up at 1,500 milligrams, like you said, or maybe 2,000 again. But then, of course, the look is going to be significantly different from the last prep you did on 2 grams of gear.
Absolutely. And there'll be less things in play. I think realistically, it's probably going to be maybe a little bit more Masteron, and the Anavar will go in at 6 weeks out and might leverage that as much as is necessary.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. Probably. Cool. So yeah, all goods.
Boring
but effective. Is what it is. You do what works for yourself, individual responses, etc., etc. The key thing, I think, is being a bit more prepared, starting prep a little bit leaner.
Yes.
Is a big one. But obviously, that's not something that you can expect from everyone straight away. I think this is a result.
But you were always
5 or 6 years
chasing the size, right? In the off season, of course, you're going to put on some body fat, and if you're using insulin and stuff, I think this is the first off season where you had I got the size now. I can stay a little bit leaner.
Yeah,
right?
But that comes with time. That's five or 6 years of bodybuilding,
Right.
you know. So now I'm in a position where I'm holding a bit more muscle, so it's a little bit more applicable, a bit more realistic to hold on to those lower body fat levels while growing. And but I don't expect that from someone starting out, you know.
No, of course not.
I mean, I embrace the fluff.
Of course not. Look at all the IFBB pros when you look at their off seasons.
Still some of them now.
When they were amateurs, they're like, yeah, still some of them now. Yeah,
You know, still some of them now. Just go for the fluff, just get massive, and then do a little bit more aggressive diet in, you know, pre-prep or in prep. Whatever works. Just works for some of those guys. Do you know what I mean? But for me, yeah, that last off-season push, I didn't bother pushing all the way up to 300 again. I had sort of that 280 to 290, somewhere in there, looking big and full. But
yeah, because the last 20 pounds is like 15 pounds of fat.
Yeah, basically.
And 5 pounds of fullness. And then how much muscle do you really gain? And I think you can be 300 pounds again, but you'll probably just have to stay leaner. And then
Next time will be leaner, yeah. So that will be the next off-season after this, after these shows. And that will be the next big off-season up to that real sort of first call-out level physique.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still surprised I'm 110 kilos.
What are you taking? What's your cycle?
So I was on 150 test and 150 primo and 150 mastrone for 2 weeks. And then I bumped the primo or the mastrone up to 300 because I want to throw in the Trenbolone sandwich. Again, never say never, right? But here we are again. But the last time I took 25 milligrams of trim per week, I got a little bit of gyno. So I preemptively bumped up the mastrone to the medical dose of 300 milligrams per week. So I was on, with the 70 milligrams of Anavar per day, or per week, 10 milligrams per day. I was slowly increasing the dosage, right? So I think up until this week, I was on 300, 300, and then 70, so about 700 or 670, give or take.
Yeah.
And now I'll throw in 25 milligrams of Trenbolone per week and 50 milligrams Anavar, or Winstrol. So that's 150 tests, 300 Mastrone, 150 Primo, 25 Tren, 50 Winstrol, and 70 Anavar. So it's a total of 750 per week. So it's low dosages of a multitude of different compounds. Get some synergy in there.
Cool. Did you ever see your prolactin numbers last time you got a little gyno?
Yeah, it was normal.
Normal, yeah.
I think it's just because I was off cycle for such a long time, and then I threw in the
fluctuation.
The fluctuation, you get that progestogenic signaling.
Yeah.
And
a little increase in weight, a little bit of water.
Yeah, and now it's nicely under control. It's actually a little smaller than it was before I went on cycle, because probably from the Mastrone and the DHT
for sure
signaling from the Primo,
keeping you nice and dry and hard.
Yeah, so that's dry and hard. That's under, and we'll see this week after adding in the Tren. If I get a symptom of gyno again and it flares up, then I'm just going to take it out and rely on the test Mastrone Primo combination.
Going to get the surgery done next year.
Yeah, I can't really be bothered. I'm not getting on stage, right? So I'm going to do Lasix surgery on my eyes.
It's also not like...
That's more important to me than
it's not
gyno
that
surgery.
visibly noticeable with you either.
No.
It's not really. Like, it's one of them when you're... You know when you look a little flat, but you've got a bit of water and you can see it sag a bit, but when you're full and you're not really watery and everything's and your skin's stretched out, you don't notice it at all.
Plus, when you have a chest pump, it just pumps up the chest and it hides the
hides
fact you have a
everything.
little bit of puff in your pump.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, as you get leaner, the severity of the gyno gets less and less and less because the fat in the surrounding tissue.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the twilight zone where it gets worse because you're so lean that then the gyno tissue is very visible. So let's see what happens. Will I get down to 4% body fat? Most likely not. I'm about 8-9% now. A little bit watery from the growth hormone and a week of eating, obviously. But I think I'll dial it in for the Mr. Olympia, at least for the Expo. Right? We're not peaking for the Mr. Olympia on stage. We're peaking for the Expo to be, looking a little bit better for the photo op.
We're going to be looking good for the Olympia. The only question is am I going to shave my head, or are you going to grow your hair?
I'm not going to grow hair.
Match.
No. I'm gonna. This is where it's going to end up at.
I might have to shave then.
Yeah, so I'll take the GH out about a week before because I got horrible edema when I went to Dubai.
Yeah.
God, my ankles were like...
Yeah, you don't fly good on growth, do you? Flights and growth don't go well for Steve.
So I took it the night before, and then normally I fast while flying. So I just drank water, no sodium, no electrolytes. Of course, I was eating like 6 pickles per day leading up to that moment. So that's not a good idea either. It's like 800 milligrams of sodium, not sodium chloride, but actual... Yeah, so that was not a good idea. So I took the pickles out. Now I'm retaining a lot less water. Man, I arrived in Dubai, and for 2 days, my ankles were like pitting edema, like horrible. And then on the third day, I had to go to the pharmacy. I said, "Do you have diuretics, hydrochlorothiazide, Aldactone, Lasix?" "Yeah, we have Lasix." I said, "Okay, I'll take it." "Why do you need Lasix?" And I walked to the side and said, "Look at my ankles. This is from flying and Lebanese food." She's like, "Okay, I get it." So I took a Lasix, and the next day, I woke up peeled out of my mind.
Good Lasix.
That was good. The pharmaceutical Lasix is good. Straight from the pharmacy, no expiration. You know, the Lasix that I have laying around here, I think I bought 5 years ago, so it's mad expired. Yeah. So
what do you have? Just like 40 megs done?
Yeah, 40 megs done before bed. And of course, I went to the bathroom like 12 times, full bladders. So I pissed up a storm. And then I looked at the mirror the next day and I was shredded everywhere.
Don't do this, by the way, because I know someone's watching this going, "Oh, I want to look shredded tomorrow."
Yeah.
If you're not dialed in with your electrolyte balance and your water and stuff like that, you're gonna
no cramping on my end, obviously. No. I gotta add some sodium laying around.
That's because you're on top of your shit. If you're not on top of your shit, you know what other muscle that cramps?
Your hard muscle, yeah.
So don't fuck around with diuretics.
Yeah, so in my case, it's 3 days off the growth, and then, I ate reasonably clean in Dubai, besides one meal at the end of the day.
I look good, mate.
I look pretty good, and then I met Dion, and he's like, "Holy shit, you look way bigger than I thought you would." I said, "Well, that's the illusion of YouTube." Yeah. So if you thought I look big now, wait until the expo. We got that resolved. So this time I'll stop the growth hormone at least a week before flying. And then hopefully, by the time we land in Vegas, you'll be on prep, so we won't be eating too many dinners.
No, it's a deload week. So there'll be a couple of opportunities for a nice quality steak and a glass of wine maybe, and a couple of cigars.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's going to be full bodybuilder mode, keeping dialed into the prep.
Yeah.
And just taking in that whole atmosphere. I think it's just going to be fully loaded with inspiration, motivation.
You're going to have a good time.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't freaking wait. And it's the 60th anniversary as well, so it's a good one. Yeah. The competition this year is could go either way.
Yeah, that's what they say every year, man. I'll see when they step on stage.
We'll see.
I'll see what
it's exciting.
I'm not even going to get my hopes up too much.
No, but there's some battles there that I'm waiting to see. I really want to see Wesley versus Chris.
That is going to be very exciting. That's what I'm the most excited for. Technically, Wesley is second in the world now because he beat all the other guys. Those guys have a fire under their ass, obviously. But now he's in the front running and, knowing what Wesley is doing. We're in frequent contact. He's pulling out all the stops.
He's going to nail it. Wesley versus Chris is a big one. There's a couple of new guys in the Classic this year. That Jose from Spain. Yeah. Young guy, looks awesome.
Stefan from France.
It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. And then in the Open, everyone's in.
Everyone's in
now. We've finally got Nick in. So there's your wild card.
I'm just still surprised that Andrew Jack did the Texas Pro, not the Dubai Pro.
Right? After seeing what he looked like, I'm like, you just gave up 100K, mate?
Yeah.
That's what, don't get me wrong. Biru's incredible. But
he could have easily won that show. He's a head taller than everybody else.
He looked really, really good. I think Biru's would have given him a good battle because that guy is perfectly put together.
Yeah.
But Andrew Jack is like Adonis level physique. It's freaky. But
he's still not 100% in condition though.
No, if he dials that in, he's in the top 3. I think if Andrew Jack dials in that condition, he's in the mix.
I think
with Derek and Hadi. I think he pushes Samson out.
Yeah, I agree.
If he doesn't dial it in, he doesn't beat Samson.
No, he's not in Samson. He doesn't beat Nick.
And then
he doesn't.
Nick is the wild card in that because Nick could walk straight into that top 3.
Yeah, he doesn't beat Fitzwater. Fitzwater in condition. Fitzwater.
I don't know. I think he beats Martin at this stage.
I don't know, man. He's fucking hard and dense, and he matches up really well with Hadi and Derek.
But
that's the short crew, short and wide crew.
But even if he's not completely dialed in, you can't help but look at the guy, can you?
Yeah.
Your eyes are drawn to him just because he is so
true,
freaky and well put together. So he does have that wow factor that you want from an Olympian. You want Mr. Olympia to have that crazy wow factor. Am I saying he could walk in and win it? No, I don't think he's not.
No.
He's not at a stage where he beats Derek and Hadi.
No.
But he could potentially walk into a third place spot if he nails it.
If he nails it,
If he nails it. But he has to absolutely nail it to beat Nick and to beat Samson.
And I'm sure Nick will nail it.
I think Nick will nail it.
Hadi
Samson
will nail
will be
it.
good
and
enough
Derek
to
will
be
nail
in
it. Yeah, Samson will be good enough.
I think the other wild card, so you got Hadi, Derek. Funny I say Hadi first.
Yeah, but based on what he showed at the Arnold Classic, I mean, the reason why Hadi lost is because he was off.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he walked on stage at prejudging and his back was just faded. I sat at silver tickets, I had front row seats. So when he walked out, I knew he was losing based on his back conditioning. Right? He improved for the next day, but Derek improved and looked better on Friday. So it's that simple, you know.
Yeah.
But what he showed at the Arnold Classic this year, that's
insane. That's
fucking insane. That's fucking insane, man.
That's tough to beat.
That's
he's
very
got
tough
the
to-
full package.
Yeah.
He's got the shape, everything. We don't even need to go into that. It's insane.
And will Derek improve enough to beat that? It's tough, man.
It's going to be a good battle. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to fucking see it.
And then
Going to see
technically,
it from good seats as well.
based on height and bubbliness, I think that Martin Fitzwater fits in really well. Will he improve his back enough to really hang with those two guys? Because Hadi and Derek have killer back shots, like absolutely destroying back shots. You know, Derek's back shot is allegedly better than Hadi's. Then again, when he brings in the conditioning from the front, Hadi is so much better.
Yeah. But then Nick as well. He's got one of the best back double buys in the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit different, but it's very dense, very bubbly, very hard and dry.
With Nick, it's like you don't know what to expect.
If you're not dialed in, he beats you.
He beats you, yeah. Yeah.
You know, because
He's like the ultimate freak who'll just move over you. It's just like, move over, puny human.
You can
and
never write him off.
No.
As soon as people write him off, he wins. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
I
excited for
can't
him.
wait. I cannot wait. But yeah, so we got Hadi, Derek, Nick, Andrew, Samson, and
I think
Martin.
Martin Fitzwater, yeah.
That's the
I
top
think
six.
that's the top six.
I think he could walk into that top six if Beerus qualifies. If he can get in, he can walk into that sixth spot.
True. Yeah.
It's between them. I don't think Hunter beats any of those guys.
No.
And there's a lot of talk about Hunter coming in. I don't see it.
I don't see it.
He's going to be a bit bigger, but I don't see it.
The problem with Hunter is that he looks very good on stage. I saw him last year, but then in pictures it doesn't translate for him.
I just don't think he's as well put together as the other guys.
No.
High back, no lower back.
Let's see. I mean, he did improve a lot at the latest guest posing. So
Yeah,
then again, have you seen the guest spotting of Martin Fitzwater?
yeah, it looks better. He's way better. He's put
Stefan
together way better.
Keens will know what he's doing, man.
I think
He really knows how to dial them in. I mean, he dials in William Bonac, even though the first show he lost a bit of fullness.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's getting the job done really well. I mean, he's got elite level athletes.
Yeah, Nathan.
But he's consistent.
Yeah.
He's consistently getting these guys in really good shape.
It's more than the other coaches can say.
Yeah, he's a lot more consistent. Some of these guys, like the only other person is Hani.
Yeah, Hani and Stefan Keens are top
you
coaches right now.
Yeah, no one's more consistent than those two. So yeah, it's going to be an amazing battle. I cannot wait to see how all that pans out. It's going to be really cool.
Oh, good thing we have VIP tickets.
Yeah, good seats. I cannot wait. It's going to be so good.
We'll be at the front row this time.
But there's that top six that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's the way it goes. But you never know, man. You never know. You can't write off someone like a Brendan Curry.
Yeah, William
never know.
Bonac filling out again
William
because
Bonac, I don't see.
I know the show that he won. There was a torn lat, flat chest, a quad issue. Then again, he fixed that for the Dubai show, but he didn't win. Nathan is a wild card getting into the US.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure if he can come in.
I think he would have confirmed by now.
William Bonac if he can bring the fullness of old with the conditioning he showed at the show that he won. Yeah, I know you don't like William, but
I just think he's past his prime.
It could be. Yeah,
he has done a great job to come back and win shows, but the level of that top six is so high.
Yeah,
and
Hadi, Derek,
pound
Nick,
for pound, they're all massive.
And that's still fresh muscle, no?
Yeah.
Like none of these guys are injured.
It's crazy. I mean, they're just the elite level of bodybuilding. It's a really amazing top six. I cannot wait to see. The whole lineup's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
There's some absolute beasts. The battle for from 6th to 10th is going to be an insane battle as well.
Yeah,
like that second
Aki
quarter
Williams is in there.
right.
You know?
There's everyone is just really, really good. The level is unbelievable. So it's going to be awesome to see it. I'm very much looking forward to actually standing on that stage.
With the VIP tickets you can. So with the silver
backstage tours
tickets
and all of that.
you can do backstage. Of course, the athletes won't be there, but at least you get to go on stage. You know, we have gold, and then Chase is silver, so we'll all be able to go backstage and do a little tour again. Yeah, I've already done that last year. It was fun.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Yeah, we can take pictures. You know,
in shape pictures on the Olympia stage.
Yeah, and then Chase will be in great shape also.
Will they? If I wear my trunks and just strip off for pictures on the stage, do you reckon they'll let me do it?
Yeah.
Or is that blasphemy?
It is a bit blasphemy, but you can. I'm sure you can get away with it when everybody else walks off stage. We'll just stay behind, and you can strip, and I'll get a picture for you right in front of the Olympia Expo. It's like streaking.
Yeah, but it's like streaking on.
How about
someone's land that you haven't earned the right to be on?
How about you
Do you know
take
what
the
I mean?
pictures, but you don't get to post them until you can do it before and after.
I can stick them on the fridge
You can stick them on the fridge.
and then
but
do
you
the
can't post them.
outlines of what I need to look like the old Phil Heath outlines.
Well, you can post
fill in the gaps.
once you get your pro card and you qualify for the Mr. Olympia. Then you can show I've been here before, but I wasn't ready. This is what I looked like. I don't know, 2 or 3, 5 years ago.
Maybe I'll just leave the trunks at home.
Just streak, 100%.
Get it out.
You'll never be invited there again.
No, I get banned before I even get there. Yeah, no. But
Actually, it's not a bad idea, you know. I mean, if me, Chase, and you are all in shape, and at least we can wear the guest posing shorts.
we'll be able to just
Put a little tripod there.
we'll be able to take shirts off.
I don't know. The guys did it all the time last year, man. Yeah. They just wait and take the pictures after the tour is done because we'll have a little speech from the promoters.
Yeah.
I'm a pro now. I've been there twice, but I'm a pro and I know exactly what's going to happen. Aaron, you look so much bigger than you do on Instagram. And then after the 100th time, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Good. As long as I look bigger in person, that's what matters.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is obviously exciting. Leading up to all of this good stuff. Olympia vibes. Yeah, it's good times. What else have we got booked in?
Well, we got dinners booked. I would like to go to Area 15 again.
Yeah.
That little psychedelic theme park for adults.
Your microdose.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Of creatine.
Yes.
You know,
a little microdose of creatine.
Legal things.
Well, they can do some edibles there. That's legal.
Is cannabis legal in Vegas?
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Thailand and Vegas and America.
I always forget
Amsterdam.
which states are legal and what they're not. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get absolutely baked and go to that place.
Oh, God.
Hell yeah, I want to trip balls in the
No.
alien spaceship.
Well, we might have to get baked and then go to Bacchanal or the Wynn buffet, but I don't think you can get away with it. It's probably not a good idea for you.
I've got to stay away from the buffets.
Yeah.
I've done the Vegas buffets before. I've had my taste of them. So I've had my fix. I think it's more going to be like get baked and go and have a reasonable sized Chipotle bowl. Is more like what's going to happen.
Teriyaki bowl and Chipotle bowl.
Sushi.
No, I wouldn't do sushi there, man. Just do it in Thailand.
Everyone goes crazy for sushi in Vegas.
Let's do it in Thailand. It's cheaper and better. We're closer to Japan.
Yeah, but it's sushi. It's prep-friendly food.
All right, okay.
You know?
Well, we can go to the Bacchanal or the Wynn because I have sushi. I already looked at the reviews.
I'm not paying.
I'm prepping.
$200 for a buffet
it's
to
80,
have
it's 80
7
bucks.
pieces of sushi
It's
and
$80
stay on my
bucks.
diet.
Dude. It's $80.
$80, that's not too
It's
bad.
cheaper than Bazaar meat. That's $300. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's 16 courses of fancy shit.
We're gonna go do some fine dining at Bazaar meat.
We're going to do mandate. We're going to have a proper bromance mandate. Fancy dinner, wining and dining, cigars.
Yeah,
It's going to be fun.
and Sapphire, obviously afterwards.
Of course, we've got
Because
to
the
get
wives,
cardio.
the wives are not coming, so we're
Cardio's got to get
gonna
in.
go
So
to Sapphires. Yeah.
polar
Should we
size,
get
is that
the
what they call it?
dollars before we go or after?
For what?
This guy.
Ones.
What?
Just a pocket full of singles.
Pocket full of singles. Do you want to get one of those the guns, the Supreme dollar guns?
What? That's a thing?
Yeah. Fuck man.
What's that?
Just the money guns. You just shoot it, so you don't have to touch. Otherwise, you got to bring the gloves, man. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I didn't even know that was a thing.
All right, we'll get one of those too.
Yeah, I'll get a wad.
Yeah, cool.
Boy, God,
it's Vegas, man.
It's Vegas.
We'll get the limousine
It's
pickup
Vegas.
also.
You know, I'll hit the tables a little bit as well. You know, blow a little bit.
I'm not sure. I'm still not sure, but I haven't hit the table
You much
since.
of a gambler?
I'm in crypto. Does it count?
It's not a gamble. That's a guaranteed
Okay, so
win.
So let's see if the market moves up by October. If I can pull a little bit of money out, then I'm willing to risk some on the tables. But it depends.
I'm putting a couple $100 aside just for a little fun on the tables.
All right, yeah, we can do
A little
that.
bit of crabs, a little bit of roulette, a little bit of blackjack.
I got to freshen up my game, man.
You
I
can
haven't
smoke
played
cigars
cards.
at the blackjack tables, bro. So you can just sit back, relax, and chill, puff on a cigar, hit me, and just get,
That's true, right?
Just if when you want to just chill and do
We
nothing.
can go to the 8 Lounge and then stock up on some new worlds. And
I definitely want to go there. That place looks epic.
yeah,
I think Flex is doing a thing there that week as well.
probably.
I think it's some.
They did a
sort of
podcast in the VIP room. at
Yeah,
the
I
8
think
Lounge.
he's doing one for the Olympia as well.
I'll be
I
there.
think it's some event that week.
I'll be there smoking on 1968 Padrones.
Yeah, but first I got to go shopping and buy some clothes that fit.
Yeah.
because I need some more smart clothes.
North Outlet and South Outlet Mall. That's where we're gonna go.
I still got like good memories of the last time I went there. 6 years ago, blew about $1,500 on clothes and shoes and everything.
That's what I did last year. I haven't bought anything since, man.
I still wear some now.
I still
Okay,
wear
most of it doesn't fit anymore, but
I
shoes.
bought shoes and they were like $100 for great Nikes, Or I bought some Michael Kors for $50. The guy's like, "What size are you?" So I'm 11 and a half. Yeah, we got these white Michael Kors.
White?
I said they're $50, and I wore them. Like, yeah, sure. So I wear them to the malls here all the time.
Oh, dude, white Michael Kors.
Yeah,
I might have to get some.
it's $50.
really want-
$50. Who the fuck cares?
I really
you
want
know?
some nice blue suede shoes.
Yeah, I know a place in the South Outlet Mall or North Outlet Mall. There's where I bought my fancy shoes.
Yeah.
Dude, that shop has everything, and you can negotiate so hard.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Dude,
my.
I'm getting some blue suedes.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
in Vegas, I want some blue suede
Yeah,
shoes.
and
for sure.
I'll get you we can buy the Elvis,
I'll go into full. All right.
and they have size 64s. So
I am named after the guy. That's his middle name, Elvis Aaron Presley.
oh, that's right.
That's why. Because my dad wanted to call me Elvis, and my mum said, "Fuck no." so they settled for the middle name. So that's why I'm called Aaron. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a couple chapels there where you can do the Elvis wedding, but it's better to do that with your wife, not with me.
Already married.
Yeah, already married. Yeah.
No need for that.
Yeah. So my wife is not coming. Your wife's not coming. So we'll do a lot of funny stuff.
Yeah. If we end up getting married, it's going to be with 4 or 5 girls from Sapphires or something after a crazy hangover night
I
out.
don't think that's a good idea. Maybe we should not go there.
Probably smart.
I'll bring Jared along for the ride so he can kind of reel us in, just like we had to reel him in here.
Yeah, he'll be post show as well, so he'll be in like celebration mode. Mm-hmm. So we can just, he's like our barrier, our wall for not doing anything
We'll be
naughty.
okay. We'll be okay.
We'll be fine. We just fantasize about this stuff because we're old, boring, and married.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Still going to enjoy Vegas. Can't
Yeah.
wait. It's going to be epic.
Yeah.
Got a nice
For
little
all the
place.
guys, if you guys see us there, what I've seen for the last 2 years, I saw you. I didn't want to disturb you. Don't worry. The reason why we're there is to meet people. So if you see us, we'll be easy to spot. We'll be big.
Yep,
And Billy laughing. So if you see us, just come over, say hi.
absolutely.
It's totally cool, man. It doesn't
we're
matter
chill.
where we are.
We don't bite.
Obviously, if we're at Bazaar Meat, they don't expect to sit under our table because that's
That's the only rule. If I'm eating, like in the middle of eating, fuck off. Leave me alone. Don't disturb my eating.
at the gyms. It's fine, man. But it's
Anywhere else, any other time.
But if we're
it's
eating
fine.
somewhere, that's
If I've
our
finished
off
eating
time,
and I'm just sat there, chilling and talking, by all means,
I'm sure when we go to 8 Lounge smoking cigars, there are a lot of people will join in. That's fine.
that's fine.
That's fine.
We're
That's
cool.
all right.
We're chill. We like people. Just
Yeah.
don't touch me in inappropriate places, and we'll be fine.
Ours are really big. That'll happen at the expo, though.
I'm used to that. That's life, Asian life.
There's some freaks at the expo. You'll see.
There will be the muscle worship guys are probably there in by the numbers, right?
Yeah. They pay the bills, man. OnlyFans.com/Vigorous.
Yeah, this channel's not even monetized. He just does muscle worship.
They just do muscle worship. Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
a
My
fortune.
underwear's for sale on there. Yeah, that's how I pay the bills.
But yeah.
I don't do consultations at all. That's what the consultations are for, right? Yeah, flicks. Jesus Christ! Get the
oiled
real. Oh no.
Yeah.
How's
People do
your
that.
Cerebrolysin experience?
Oh yeah, experiments. Right. Okay, so I've got 2 experiments. Just finished the Cerebrolysin experiment, 2 weeks at 2 milliliters per day. Yeah, I felt like I still kind of feel it now. You have to be very aware of what you're kind of looking for, and before you start, really, really be very attentive to how you feel. All the negatives that you kind of feel, like what times of day you have brain fog, how long it takes you to wake up in the mornings. Anything cognitively that's not quite right that you would like to fix, really be mindful of that for like a solid week before starting, so you can kind of build a bit of a diary, and then be very mindful of those things improving over the course of your Cerebrolysin input. And I did find that, yeah, after about the first week, I was like, I felt a little bit more clarity, a lot less brain fog.
Yep.
I was waking up a lot easier. And
When did you take it? Before bed?
before bed,
Yeah. Sleep quality, did it improve?
fine, no problem.
Yeah. But did it improve though? Because I noticed that my sleep quality improves tremendously, and I wake up feeling so refreshed. But I'm taking 5 milliliters. Not 2.
My sleep's been good.
Okay.
Sleep's been good, but then it's not. If my routine's in place, it's not something I usually battle with. So for me, that's not really a variable that I would look at too much.
Do you wake up feeling like super refreshed, like you had the best
so
night
that
of
was
your
the
life?
big
Best sleep?
difference.
Yeah.
Is waking up, and just feeling better when I wake up. Wake up quick. I don't feel groggy. Brain fog throughout the day is a lot less, even after really hard, brutal leg days where the brain fog kicks in hard.
Yeah, that's what I
feel
noticed.
like just a lot of clarity. I felt like it just kind of filtered out a lot of shit floating around. It's a strange one. It's hard to kind of interpret, but definitely you can probably ask the wife. She would be like, what's Aaron been like since then? And she would probably say something along the lines of way more chilled, super happy,
Better mood,
just better mood in general all the time. Considering I'm on prep, I have never felt this good and awake and alive and really good sustained mood day to day in a prep, 8 weeks into a prep. So
And no trend, that helps.
and no trend, that also helps definitely. So yeah, I would say all in all, it's good, and it's something I would probably do once, maybe twice a year. That same kind of routine, and I think it's something that I would probably now trying it advise to anyone who uses neurotoxic compounds at some point. Anyone that suffered with concussions. Rugby players, boxers, anyone that's been in physical contact sports and you've taken head knocks. And
It's mandatory. After matches, it's mandatory.
I think
pretty high dosages also.
Yeah, and I've heard of some pretty high dose protocols for extreme situations. But even if you
10 to
think,
50.
oh, there's nothing wrong with me, you never know.
That's what all the bodybuilders say.
Right.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. Yeah, then you run Cerebrolysin and then you're like, actually,
Yeah, I mean,
there was a lot of shit wrong with me, and now I feel normal.
Yeah, I think for the sake of for how easy it is to use and for the cost of it, it's kind of dumb not to do it at least a couple of times a year, just to kind of rebuild those little neurological pathways, the neurogrowth factors, and just clean your brain out, give your brain a bit of recovery.
That's what it feels like, right? You're cleaning out your brain.
Yeah, it's what it does feel like. It feels like you put it through a sieve and it cleans out all the shit. And also it's preventing, potential things like Alzheimer's and stuff later on in life. So I will continue to do that until I die. And hopefully it helps me cognitively feeling good.
Yeah, at least mentally you die later. It's usually the brain that dies before your body.
Right,
does.
I've seen
I can see that
I've
from
had
my
family.
grandpa right now. Oh my God.
Right, my nan went through it recently before she died, and I don't want to go through that. So if there's anything you can put into place to resolve that or, prevent it, then absolutely you should. And I think these are just the preventative measures and maintenance kind of things that you need to be doing year on year to look after your body and your health. If you
so.
are using performance-enhancing drugs, I think it's just a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Cosmic is where you get it.
Yeah, from Cosmic, Code Aaron, or Code Steve.
Code Vigorous.
Code Vigorous.
Whatever you prefer.
But yeah, I think, because we all know bodybuilders that are kind of like a bit punch drunk, right?
True.
You know, they when you talk to them, they just feels like something in there is just been dissolving.
I'm not sure what came first, like the because bodybuilding does attract a lot of people that are not of mental soundness. That's why they do bodybuilding.
Yeah,
you need a particular set of characteristics, personal traits for you to be successful in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But I noticed that a lot of guys that do run Cerebrolysin, that expand their horizon regarding pharmacology, that the Cerebrolysin kind of levels them out and takes their intelligence up a couple notches.
I do see. I've been very productive since then.
Yeah. I have
it's
a very good compound for business.
Very good for just sort of cognitive function, clarity. I don't get pissed off and agitated at little small things that I would usually do. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of gave me some of the similar effects. Not as fun, but the similar effects is what my dosing of LSD did back in
the day, yeah. Well, that's also a significant amount of neurogenesis.
Yeah, that was over the course of weeks and weeks. Mm-hmm. But that was, that was massive as far as improving just kind of a whole brain reset. That was a bit more dramatic. But I feel like
that was a life-changing month or two, right?
That was completely life-changing.
You do a 180 completely.
I was a different person at the end of that, legitimate different person. But this kind of just felt like a little maintenance version of that. Mm-hmm. And it's just nice peace of mind to know that I'm doing something proper.
From the neck up.
From the neck up. Yeah, yeah, right, because it's always neglected. Yeah, most of the time it's neglected.
Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah,
and I think, like you said, you were speaking about it with Dean. I think recently the next big thing people are going to be focusing on is mitochondrial health and cognitive health.
Yeah,
and Dean has just been through this, especially the cognitive health side of things.
I think you could benefit from cerebral. I'm not sure if you ever took it, but I think you would have.
But he's been doing things for cognitive health, which has made his prep way easier.
Yeah,
like there's no suffering in prep. It's just like, I'm in prep, I'm dieting, I'm hungry, I'm losing body fat. But you don't feel that like zombie suffering.
Yeah, the oxidative stress. And
it's just not there.
The fatigue, yeah. So I think with fatigue management and brain management, you can get a lot of shit done during prep. And it just doesn't detract from your overall quality of life like it has done so for many a prep, for many a bodybuilder. I do think that Cerebrolysin needs to be run a little bit higher, 5 milliliters. But you had probably a little bit less supply. I got a 2-month supply for 5 milliliters per day. That's what I'm running.
How long are you going to run it for?
2 months.
Oh, that's a massive cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything I could find was like, do it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
If it's serious recovery from like concussions and stuff like that, or real neurological damage, then it was a little bit higher and a little bit longer. A lot higher in the dose.
That's 50 milliliters.
Yeah, some of them went up quite a lot, and that's a lot to be pumping into yourself.
No, that's usually IV.
Yeah.
They combine it with other IV treatments for
Bear in mind,
antioxidants
even
and anti-inflammatories.
People will say, I don't like the idea of doing 2 milliliters to 5 milliliters injections. It goes in like nothing.
This is the smoothest injection you ever do.
Yeah,
man.
You don't feel nothing.
It's like butter.
I pinned it everywhere, like full, like insulin pins full at a time. It just...
I do 5 milliliters at a time. It just goes into the glutes,
it was
lats, wherever I put it. You don't even feel it.
No, it was fine. So that if you're worried about that, it's nothing to worry about. And it was easy. I felt good. I still feel good. And I finished that a good few weeks ago.
You'll have I think for your protocol of 2 milliliters for what, 2-3 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks, I think you'll have lasting effects for about 3 months.
Yeah, that's good.
And the reason why I do 5 milliliters for 2 months is because I want lasting effects for close to a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can just do it because I don't like the scar tissue buildup of intramuscular shots. And this is the only stuff that I take intramuscular. Everything else
Are
I
you
do
going to do
sub-Q.
this IV with your
vitamin
shots and stuff?
No, I just, because I do this daily before bed. And the IV treatment I do in the morning. So I take my NAD plus and my glutathione, my vitamin C, my B vitamins. I do that IV. And yes, I could chase that with 5 milliliters Cerebrolysin, but I do feel a little bit of brain fog and sleepiness afterwards, so I might lose a day. So everything that makes me sleepy, the growth hormone and the Cerebrolysin, I take before bed. And then I started the day with methylene blue. I mean, that's something you got to try. That shit is like the missing ingredient.
I'm going to steal some boxes from your cupboard before I leave.
I'll give you some to try, yeah.
Rock the pharmacy of Steve every time I show up.
The methylene blue, so this is not my 4th day on it. I tried it 3 days last week and today. And it's like, where have you been all my life?
The limitless pill.
That's what it feels like. Yeah. And the only downside that I noticed is that it increased my body temperature. So I felt a little bit more fatigued after sets because we train in a gym without air conditioning. But everything else, it's clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, I think that the whole cognitive input focus right now, I've noticed it a lot. So just the Cerebrolysin has been great.
Yeah.
But I've also been pounding the L-theanine, tyrosine, the lion's mane, really
the course you're with the fruiting body pot.
I've been pounding all of their stuff. I love it. We're building a whole squad now at the moment as well. It's just really good quality. And yeah, I feel amazing all the time. And I think that cognitive supplementation does make a big difference there. So things to look into for sure. Mm-hmm. And the other experiments, the only one I'm running right now, I'm only 1 week into it, is the 5-amino-1-MQ.
All right, just started that already.
Started that 150 a day. Mm-hmm. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes right now. Not noticing any dramatic.
It mostly enhances fat loss when fat loss starts to stall.
Yeah,
and I don't think your fat loss was really stalling, but it's a good. It gives you some energy.
To slow. Mm-hmm. I figured at the 8-week mark when I kind of things slow down a little bit, I was like, maybe this will just keep the rate up going. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
See how it goes. Yeah, I would take 50 in the morning, 50 pre-workout, 50 in the evening, or 50 around the same time on rest days. Yeah. And if you combine that with NAD plus and nicotinamide mononucleotide, it seems to enhance the effect, but that would also add to the cost.
Yeah.
It's already an expensive compound.
Yeah.
So,
and if I'm going to trial something for the first time, just one at a time.
Yeah.
If there's 3 different things in at the same time, I'm like, what's working?
True.
So just running this, see how this goes, and then maybe complement it with something else, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, you could do like 1 month on 5-amino-1-MQ and then switch to the SLU PP332. That was what Dean was raving about. And a lot of you guys in the comment section are raving about it. So mine is on the way. It should arrive this week. And then I'll finally add it in. And then in combination with methylene blue. And I don't think I need the 5-amino-1-MQ yet because my fat loss isn't really stalled. And will I reach 4% when it's actually required? Probably not. So I haven't run it since that experiment. I was one of the first people to talk about it, but it's we'll see. I think it really shines in either metabolic fatigue in the elderly, or when you're just 4% body fat and fat loss slows because NAD plus recycling in adipose tissue is just at an all-time low. So you need to inhibit that recycling or enhance that recycling with 5-amino-1-MQ by inhibiting the enzymes. Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes, and if I might order another bottle closer to the show, if I need to pull off a little bit more and things slow down, we'll see. And just compare it at different times.
Yeah, the whole NAD plus thing is just very expensive.
Yeah.
Something I'll probably IV is expensive.
I'll start doing it again in the off season when I have a little bit more input on things like that. I'll start putting the MOTC back in. Just a few little things, a bit more mitochondrial support there.
Methylene blue is probably the cheapest you can do, man.
Yeah.
That is really good for mitochondrial function. It's cheaper than the SLU, the MOTC, the NAD+, the 5-amino-1-MQ. I think if you want to upregulate mitochondrial function with only one compound, then methylene blue would be the way to go. It's multifactorial. Also puts you in a great mood. I came off the SSRIs completely.
Good for you.
Yeah. Well, not that I got a bad response from the SSRI. The vortioxetine was something else. That killed my dick, dude.
They're just not good things to be on. Right?
No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think the fluvoxamine, I had great results. Continuous neurogenesis without resulting to a Sumax or Cerebrolysin or anything else. But you know me, I make money experimenting with drugs, so I wanted to try vortioxetine, and dude, that killed my libido and my ejaculation quality.
I think
it was fucking horrible.
You've got much better energy. And a better vibe when you're not on him.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, we're friends, so if you say so, then...
Yeah.
So what, on the fluvoxamine, my vibe was not good?
I think you're hyper-focused on certain projects and work.
Yeah.
and then you're kind of dead to everything outside of that.
Yeah.
And like,
True.
the moods are very up and down outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas recently you're just like super cool Steve all the time.
Well, I think that's also the Cerebrolysin then.
Yeah.
Because I only stopped the vortioxetine a week ago. And I've been on the Methylene Blue for 4 days. So, I mean, it enhances my mood quite a bit. Yeah.
It definitely, like, even just running a little bit while I'm running. And just, yeah. Well, you can see we're both on cloud 9. So
The stacks are working.
There's definitely the shit is working, yeah. Just got to figure out the perfect combinations and things. But I do think just
when you come off the modafinil, which also always put me in a great mood, like I can't take it anymore because 50 milligrams gave me a major headache the last time. And then switch to like 3 to 5 milligrams of methylene blue, you're like, yeah, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
And people have been telling me this for years, like, Steve, you should try methylene blue. But I was off cycle trying to get my wife pregnant and stuff. And now the experimentations are back. But
that's another thing as well. Like, just gradual everything. Like, you're just elevating back up from being natty, back on gear.
That was horrible.
I probably shouldn't think about those things as well. So
that was pretty horrible.
I'm comparing natty Steve on SSRIs to...
I was off SSRIs also. I was just natural. And it was miserable.
Being immortal sucks.
Being immortal sucks, especially if you know what you can accomplish with.
Yeah, that's probably
a little bit of an
more so
enhancement.
what it is, yeah.
And the stress of...
I forget that stuff because you didn't really fucking look that bad when you were natty.
When I look at the pictures now, I'm like, actually, I look pretty good. Yeah. But when I took those pictures when I was off, I wanted to cry, dude. I looked at myself, I'm like, what? I look like fucking ass.
You were smaller,
but I also felt like ass, even though my testosterone levels were pretty good. It's like the combination of coming off, getting smaller, being in caloric restriction, trying to get your wife pregnant for a year, even though your fertility parameters are fucking amazing. And then every month you get the bad news like, not pregnant yet, not pregnant yet, not pregnant yet, not pregnant. After a year of that, you just get demoralized.
Just like, fuck yeah,
and
fuck this.
And you know, cryptocurrency was just going up and up and up, and that didn't make me happy at all.
Yeah, which is surprising.
Because normally you'd be on cloud nine.
Usually with
like,
you, the first thing we'll talk about is buying the dips and gains in the crypto markets and stuff, and money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, the charts must be good today because we're talking money. But yeah, you were pretty numb to that. But then obviously, you know,
I had good trades though, but I didn't
much
feel
bigger
anything.
priority to focus on, so it's understandable.
Dude, it was the most frustrating period of my life, honestly.
But hey,
now we're all
jacked again.
Now we're jacked again, and
so the answer is, guys, just be more jacked. Just
as weird as it is. I thought
the secret to happiness.
You know, it's weird.
Just be jacked.
The weird thing is, I thought I was just going to do TRT this time. Well, I did. I had that. Had some intestinal issues, right? So I removed some supplements, removed apple cider vinegar, removed the pickles, and it improved a lot. I did some organ imaging, like full body echo, right, and did my thyroid. Everything came back unremarkable. My blood work is good, so I was like, you know, let's push it up a little bit, and then we'll go on TRT. But yeah, it's fun to be back in this space of.
I think it's nice to
makes
know
you
as
sound
well
like an
for
addict,
you.
though.
Like, yeah, but you know, it's going to be nice to know how much you can put the foot on the gas a little bit, still have all your parameters and everything in check, still feel great, and be able to pull back down to TRT and not feel like a massive horrible, like, oh God, this sucks. So you'll always be kind of like, yeah, I'm good, but then still always have that option to just be like, do you know what? Yeah, let's ramp it up for a few months just to feel good. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Because it's not long-term abuse that's gonna do any damage. I come down back into natural levels maybe once or twice a year, and even just for that short amount of time.
2 weeks for you.
Yeah, but even just coming down for that couple of weeks is like, no thanks.
Yeah, well, if you ever want kids, you know what to do.
But it's manageable.
It's manageable, yeah.
Because you know what's going on. You know it's just a chemical thing. Mm-hmm. So as long as you're aware of that and you account for that, it's like, yeah, I can deal with this because I know it's just because my test levels are low and they're just going to come straight back up again in a couple of weeks. I'm all good. And if you kind of approach it with that, mentally, you're very disciplined and you have good mental fortitude, then it's easy. You just deal with it. You deal with it with
don't get me wrong.
It's
not like you want to commit, you want to delete yourself. It just, the enjoyment is not as high. And I think if I didn't try to stay lean the entire time, it would have been a bit better because I was just in caloric restriction the entire year.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
It doesn't help at all. And then after a year of just eating it, slightly below baseline, or maintenance, you're like,
you probably
no pump at the gym. Why am I going to the gym? Right? And you struggle with those thoughts. Yeah. You still go, because it's like, Yeah. It's like, how long can you drive a freaking Toyota Corolla from 1985 until you long for the Ferrari?
Well, you were still happier and doing better than most vegans, so
I think so. Yeah. Although quality of life is not good. It's not a period that I ever want to experience again.
Well, you tick that box.
Yeah.
Box on the bucket list that no one wants, but you did it.
Yeah. It's the same as Chase.
You got some good content out of it. It's good for the experience. You made the most out of it.
I think I made the most out of it. Yeah.
But now, welcome back.
Thank you.
To Mount Olympus.
Yes.
Where the gods roam.
Yes.
And we get jacked.
Yeah, getting jacked is fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And every time I say I won't do it again, I just...
Yeah, but you're still young enough to do it. Jeez.
Yeah, well, you compare... I mean, you see Paul is kicking ass at 50 and...
Right. And he just blasted a monster cycle to get it done. And he feels awesome.
To be fair, he did have like 7 or 8 years where he was off completely.
Yeah.
And then he completely let himself go. Did you ever see those pictures? Where
I haven't seen the pictures where he let himself go. No,
he was
I've heard him talk about it.
Typical fat American, just 300 pounds of lard.
Yeah,
and he completely did a 180 on that, and he's back in the hormone game. So, but
he's a very
didn't have that
mentally locked in guy when he's on track, right?
Yeah,
he's not just some moron fucking around with stuff.
No. Right now, no, of course not.
No,
he's a serious dude.
He's locked in, serious, doing it with a proper goal, and he nailed it. He got his pro card at 56.
Yeah,
which is wild.
No, 50, not 56.
Is he?
He's not 56.
Who's 56?
No, he's 50.
Who turned 56 recently?
Kurt is a little bit older, but he's not 56 either.
Why am I thinking 56? Why is that number in my head?
I don't know.
And that's probably how old I feel sometimes.
It's my LDL level.
Yeah, that's my memory age. Yeah. Clearly. Sorry, Paul. I meant 50.
He's early 50. Curtis, I think
he's going to kick me out of the booth now.
Kurt is the oldest of the bunch.
Is he?
Yeah. He's like 52, 53.
Yeah.
He's like the guy that went to the gym before everybody was born.
Yeah.
And he does look 50 something.
Did he ever look good? Did he ever build a decent physique, or is he more of just a...
No, he competed. He competed. I mean, you'll see him at the Mr. Olympia. He's just also one of those guys that just covers up all the time, and then you see him in real life, and you realize how thick and
got that
dense
old
and hard
thickness from the days.
Yeah, he just doesn't show it much.
Yeah. Is Roman going to be there?
Maybe. Not sure. I think he's prepping for another show. I'll reach out to him. I'm supposed to do a podcast with him in Evans soon.
It'd be fun though. Got a big crew there. It's going to be fun.
I think the booth space is too small. I realize now that we need probably another. It's another 5Gs.
Yeah. Are we going to be? Are we expected to do any time at the Gorilla Mind booth or not?
There's no Gorilla Mind booth.
Good.
No.
No need for that.
No. There's no Gorilla Mind. I already asked Derek. He's like, no, the ROIs and the ROI isn't there.
Okay.
Last year was just showing off, and then they didn't even have a credit cards payment, so they didn't sell anything.
Well, it's not a... Is it a brand for the Olympia crew? Hardcore bodybuilders?
Yeah, it is. It is. I think if they set it up right, then with all the traffic, like there's Gorilla Mind is more like an influencer brand. It's not really a hardcore bodybuilding brand. Even
from the ingredients wise, it is.
Yeah.
Ingredients wise, it's freaking great. From a marketing side of things, there's a lot of influencers. Right?
What I saw at the booth last year was mostly just younger teenagers, early 20s, guys that like it. I mean, the energy drinks are really for that demographic.
Yeah. But that's just because of the marketing strategies there. I mean, but as far as if you're a hardcore bodybuilder and you like good ingredients and dosages, like it's good.
Then the products are still good.
Products are good, but
But I just didn't see so many bodybuilders at the booth.
I don't think we fit the marketing strategy there.
Maybe not. No.
Maybe Derek should give us the reins for the marketing strategy and let us do it the big boy way, and we'll bring you a whole new audience.
You know what Derek will say? The bodybuilders did not convert, and he's fucking true. It's fucking true, man. How many bodybuilders now are without contracts?
Antoine Follion,
what's going Nick on? Walker, Martin Fitzwater. All these bodybuilders have no fucking contracts, dude.
I don't know.
Hardcore bodybuilding doesn't sell,
Aren't
man.
they all Uprising and the new Olympia sponsors and stuff?
Yeah, but it's not supplements.
Isn't it?
No.
Isn't it MIT 45 or Uprising? Is that not supplements?
I think it's Kratom products.
No idea. I have to look into it. But yeah, I don't know what's going on over there at HD. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to wait for the news and see
It's
what
just,
happens. And honestly, I don't care about who's with whose bloody sponsor. That's not news. I don't give a shit about
Well, there's
sponsors.
there's a lot of bodybuilders without sponsors right now. It's just
Who cares? It's background business, isn't it? Whose t-shirt you wear and whose subs you take.
it used to be the biggest business.
I
man.
know it used to be big, but I just don't really see it. Like, I saw a post on Instagram, like, breaking news, so-and-so left so-and-so brand. And I'm like,
God, yeah.
who fucking cares? I want to see, what so-and-so is looking like at 9 weeks out from the O.
No, but
I
you know
don't care.
that the fitness industry is on a decline when there's a lot of pro bodybuilders without sponsors. And Yamamoto is doing not as good as anymore. So it's the early stages of the real estate cycle, where over the next 2 years you'll see that everything will kind of correct.
Yeah. I don't know.
Buy Bitcoin.
I don't know much about that world.
Oh, I know. I've been watching the finances a lot. Right, at least 2027 is, for all the guys that lived to the 2008, 2009, 2010.
Is that why all
crisis.
these athletes are getting dropped?
Yeah.
So the owners can just pump that money into crypto,
Maybe.
basically. They're just
No,
getting
but
ready
it's
for
just like the
boom.
early stuff, like the real estate cycle is basically now ballooning. And ahead of that time, before the rate cuts of the Fed, you'll see that a lot of the smaller companies are going to go belly up.
Interesting.
And that's the beginning now.
We'll see what goes on the next couple of years. Is going to be wild. After the elections, it's going to be wild. The next couple of years is going to be
gonna be interesting.
world-changing shit. Hopefully good. It's going to be interesting. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's a crazy time to be alive. Some cool shit to live through.
Mm-hmm.
Some wild, weird shit to live through. Some scary shit to live through. But overall, I think it's, we'll come out on top.
If you
as
look out
usual.
for yourself and your friends and your loved ones, then I think you'll be all right.
And don't spend too much time with your head buried in the news, getting angry, scrolling and getting angry at shit that does not affect your life.
No, exactly.
Just focus on the things that you can control directly right now and the people around you that actually matter. And that's it. Your life will be much happier. If you get angry at fucking politics bullshit every day, and who's saying this to what, and this person in that headline in that story,
Then they are winning.
You are a moron.
Yeah, they
You're
are
an
winning.
NPC, and you are being controlled by the media machine, and that's your problem. That's your fault for falling into it.
Yeah.
And that's my little old man rant.
The good thing is bodybuilding will always be there, whether there's a recession or not.
Bodybuilding will never let you down.
Yeah.
The weights will always weigh the same. And you can always...
Well, they are heavier when you're off cycle, I'll tell you that. Jesus Christ. Holy moly,
A
dude.
couple plates feels a little bit more.
No, man. You try to max out like 40 kilo dumbbells for chest. You're like, man, why is it so heavy? Just unracking it. And now I just pick it up and it just flies off the rack. And then you get like double the reps.
Nice.
I don't know. I think steroids just influence gravity. It has nothing to do with anabolism. The gravity just...
Anti-gravity.
Yeah, it's like anti-gravity. Yeah. Very, very true.
Awesome.
Yeah, good stuff. So we'll do one more episode of Muscle Nomads before we go to the Olympia.
Yeah. How many weeks we got?
6 weeks. So we'll do one right before, and then we'll do a lot of vlogging there.
Yeah. So
You're gonna make it worth it.
videographers that want to follow us around a little bit in Vegas, hit us up.
No, I'm sure you're gonna get a lot of guys that are not videographers.
Yeah. You're not
saying
going to
that-
get paid. You're going to want to do it for free
This
just
is
to
the
hang
last
out with us
time I
because we're
threw
really
out
cool.
Last time I threw out a lure, I need a guy for this and this and this. You have all these guys that are like completely amateurs. I'll ask Jared if you know somebody.
Yeah,
And otherwise, I can get
we'll hire a pro.
Big 3 Media that does all the videographer. I know her.
Yeah, we'll find some good people over there. There'll be more than enough people to choose from that week. So hopefully they'll have
And
some.
otherwise, we do like the little body cam cameras, and we'll just follow each other around.
We can do that. We can do that.
It's probably the easiest. Send it off to my editor. We'll have something fun to do. Sift through all the bullshit. You thought this was bullshit? Wait until you get a camera on us 24/7.
Jeez, yeah. Meatheads on tour.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, though.
It's going to be fun, yeah. So stay tuned for that. We'll do one more episode before we go, and then we hope to see you all at the Olympia weekend in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah, just come up and say hi.
My weekly check-ins are on my YouTube channel, my new YouTube channel, which is growing again now. Thank you for the support.
It's about time.
Yeah, it's all right. But yeah, weekly check-ins on my prep, everything included, every milligram, every bit of food, every rep, everything you need to know about what I'm doing in this prep.
You're measuring your barbecue sauce? Like Ronnie Coleman suggested?
Did he measure it?
Yeah, I think so.
It was just 2 bottles a week, right? Or
Yeah,
something?
2 bottles a week.
That's the measurement.
And then Chad Nichols was like, okay, we'll bring your carbs down like 100 grams a day so you can have your barbecue sauce. Wow, when you're on 10, 15 IUs of growth hormone, that's how you can diet.
There's no barbecue sauce. It's a little bit of Tabasco usually gets the job done. Or mustard. I love my mustard. But yeah, so all the check-ins there weekly, and there's some training vlogs on there and a few other things coming soon as well. So I'd appreciate the support over on the new channel. Just type in Bodybuilding with Aaron and you will find it.
It's linked down below also.
Yeah. And that's that.
Cool.
All is right in the world. All is good. Get jacked, get shredded.
Stay tuned for more jacked and shredded guys coming in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
Peace out. Take care, guys. Ciao.